But my first question, the MCU is in shambles. 3, 2, 1.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
First, I want to say Texas Rangers won the World Series.
Yes,
I know this
sir.
isn't a sports podcast, but I just want to say shout out to the Texas Rangers, bro.
Gosh, dude.
I mean, I've been a fan since I was little. To see them lose in 2010 and 2011, back to back, that hurt. So this one makes it special. I kind of feel though, not to get too deep into it, but it's like I'm older now and like it's not my priority anymore, sports. So it's like I wish I was able to enjoy it more. But after, I mean, it was just like
It was nice.
Like it was nice, but I definitely would have meant more to me if I was like
Younger,
like,
when you were still bigger into
right,
sports.
and like that was my only priority was sports, you know.
Oh, yeah. What you call it? Seemed like Dallas all around.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
bro,
Mavericks won, Stars won,
Yeah.
and the Rangers won.
And the parade's already on Friday. It's in Arlington. Yeah, tomorrow.
But if you're cool with it, I wanted to start off with some news that happened right now, or yesterday and today. So Variety came out with a couple new articles. I haven't gotten too deep into the articles, but they came out with some new stuff talking about what's going on in Hollywood right now and just some stuff that will involve stuff we're watching.
Okay.
Off the back, Last of Us Season 2 will begin filming early 2024. That's good.
Okay, so what? That puts us early 2024, so it puts us late 2025, maybe, or early 2026.
It depends how long it takes.
Yeah.
It also depends how long the season's going to be.
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. It could be 2025 where we don't see anything.
Yeah.
Yellowstone, if you're a fan of Yellowstone, it will come to an end November 2024, but we will also get 2 spinoffs, 1944 and 2024. They have been greenlit.
Okay, so
We discussed this today at work,
Yeah,
and
that's weird.
I'll say this. Shout out Lauren. I told her I'll do that. She had a discussion with me and Marco about it, and at first, we were trying to explain to her what the point of the spinoff was. She was like, why not just continue calling it Yellowstone? And we're like, because it's a spinoff. And she's like, but if it's set in modern time, why not just call it Yellowstone? So we went on and on and on about it. And finally, I guess I understand what she's trying to say. If it's set in modern time for 2024, why not just say season this for Yellowstone? Yeah. But I was telling her, with Kevin Costner leaving, the cast is split up. The heart of Yellowstone isn't there anymore. Mm-hmm. I see it as the 2024 is going to be Matthew McConaughey's show. I was telling them, I predict he's going to be a buyer. He's going to come in, buy Yellowstone. He's going to have Beth still there, or whatever. Rip and all them are going to be at the 4-6s. Isn't that where they left off at? And I was like, and then that's where we're going to go from there. And it's just going to be 2024. What's happening now with that? And then still we're going to get our 4-6s show.
Yeah. So I don't know, bro. So the way it ended, the most recent season.
Yeah.
So half of your ranchers are going to the 4-6s. So then I assume that sets up the 4-6s show. I'm not surprised that Yellowstone's ending. I mean, I know Kevin Costner he's ready to dip, I'm sure.
Yeah, all the creative differences they had over there.
So, I mean, with Matthew McConaughey, I mean, I think he fits the role, so that's fine.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
I'm
happy with it.
But what you said, I would honestly hate that. Like, I wouldn't want to
see... If he was like a buyer or something like that?
I don't care if he's a buyer, but I would want it to be completely separate. Like, I wouldn't want him and Beth, and then we still have Rip and all these other important characters to the show
the bunkhouse.
at the 4-6s. Like, if they're gonna be all that, like, I would rather Matthew McConaughey's be like a completely different, like maybe in the same world. Still, obviously, it still will be.
So you want
like a completely different cast,
completely new stuff.
Yes, like maybe however
still in the same Yellowstone universe.
I don't care. Yeah, yes, same. So like, 1883 is in the same universe. It's the family. However they relate Matthew McConaughey to back to Yellowstone, whatever. But I wouldn't want like just Beth and 2 other characters to be with Matthew McConaughey, and then we still have Rip and these characters over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather just a completely new thing. But I don't know. It's a mess right now. But either way, people are still gonna watch.
Yeah, and also, I didn't send it to you. Euphoria.
What about it?
2025.
Oh, it's coming out?
Yeah, I think it's coming out.
I didn't know that. I honestly didn't think that they were going to keep going.
No, with the passing of August, right?
Yep, and then is
it August? Is that his name?
I believe so. I've seen
Hope
some
so.
people. I've seen some people too leave the show. So I didn't think. And then Sam Levinson, I think he's the director, and then the Weekend show didn't work out good. So
Idol.
yeah. So I don't know. I just didn't really think that they were going to do another season, but that's cool.
And then for Marvel news, so Variety put out so much stuff, and it was basically talking about how the MCU is a mess. It's in shambles.
Right.
They threw that word out a lot. One of the discussions was one of the headlines saying, Marvel has discussed plans to shift their focus from Kang the Conqueror to Doctor Doom for the remainder of the multiverse saga.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
It's hard for me because I'm a superhero fan, but I'm not like a diehard comics fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I know obviously that Doctor Doom is like super powerful from the Fantastic Four movies, and just I've seen like clips and stuff on YouTube and stuff. So that is cool. But to just scrap Kang, I think I'd have a problem with that.
So I also saw, whenever that happened, I assumed, with the whole Jonathan Majors legal situations, they're trying to cover their tracks right now. They don't know where his future is going to lie, so just get rid of it. Apparently, they were saying it was being discussed after Quantum Mania for the low scores and just the not great response to it, so they were just going to shift all their stuff.
But I don't think that's Jonathan Majors' fault.
No, it's not Jonathan Majors' fault at all. I don't believe that at all. It's very reactionary, I'll say that. I personally love Doctor Doom, so I think he'd be so cool. And I would love to see him be the big bad, but I just don't know if I want him right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like give us Kang, and then we work our way up to that, right? But
yeah, so
I wouldn't want Kang just to be scrapped, and like the only versions that we get, or I don't know what their plan is, but I wouldn't want the only versions that I think I saw that they weren't even planning the Avengers anymore around him, because wasn't there Avengers Kang
Dynasty, and then after that was going to be Avengers Secret Wars,
right? And I saw that they were even thinking about scrapping the Kang Dynasty.
No, yeah, I was told.
I haven't read too much into it. But.
No, I was told that, and I've said this before on another episode, that I'm not big into a lot of Marvel comics. Yeah. I know the titles of some of the big. I know the titles of the stories. I know big events happen. I just don't know the details. Doom plays a huge part in Secret Wars. I need to go and watch or read that comic, but I'm thinking, okay, save him for Secret Wars, or I mean, obviously introduce him for the Fantastic Four as Victor Von Doom, but I don't need him as the big bad right now in the multiverse saga. But we'll see how that plays out. Yeah. Mahershala Ali was ready to exit Blade over the script issues. Yeah. I feel like they casted him and they announced that forever ago, and we have nothing.
So I know this is like a movie podcast and a TV show podcast. I've never seen any of the Blade movies.
Okay.
So for me, I honestly have no excitement towards it anyways. So like, even if he did pull out, I mean, it wouldn't really affect me like my emotionally, right? But I'm excited to see it, and I hope, and I'm glad that, I guess, so they're good now. Like, I guess he's not pulling out.
I'm guessing, that he's not going to pull out. They say that Michael Green, who was I guess who wrote Logan, has been hired to write the script from scratch.
Fire. Yeah.
And now the film's going to have a budget less than $100 million, which is fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of the best movies have a small budget because at that point they're just going to put their foot in it. They're going to put their heart in it. They're going to definitely try to give you the best project they can give you. Yeah. So let's see how that goes and if that actually stays on course. And one more, Marvel has recent talks about bringing back the original cast for the new Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Which would include reviving Iron Man and Black Widow, but they have not committed to the idea yet. What's your thoughts on that?
That I would hate. That just takes away the whole meaning of the whole sacrifices that they've done. I would hate that. For someone who's not into the whole movie space, into the whole, like, I'm not saying me. I'm talking about one of my coworkers. I was talking to him about this the other day, and he was saying his biggest thing about superheroes is that, especially now, he feels like they just keep bringing everybody back,
and they do,
and it keeps taking away the impact of them originally dying, which I couldn't agree more. But it's hard, like, and then you have this article come out where it says, and it may not even be true, I don't know, but you have this article come out that they were going to bring all the Avengers back, and it's like, dude, why would we do that? Would it make money? Yes.
Oh, of course.
But, like, bro, I mean, Tony's death was
huge.
It's so powerful, so meaningful.
Cinematic history.
And to just scrap it all, like, just bring him back, like, yeah, it would be another version of him, I guess, or however they do it. But
some AI type stuff.
Yeah, but it would just be a mess.
So I remember telling Marco after Endgame And this is basically common knowledge. This isn't one of those like I made the wildest prediction ever. No, but I remember saying he's coming back, and y'all were like, yeah, duh. And I was like, no, Marvel's going to get on a streak of some movies that aren't that. They're like a little lackluster, and then they're going to be like, we need something. Bring back Tony. Yeah. Bring him back. Get people back in the box office. Get people to do this. Granted, that was all before COVID, so box office definitely took a hit. But I remember saying that, and then now reading this, I'm thinking, God, man, y'all are apparently in shambles, and y'all are really trying to do this. I don't want to be right, but if it happens, I'm gonna be like, I called it.
So you saying that leads me into one of my. So we're gonna do a segment today, and it's called Factor Cap.
Yep.
I'm not too sold on the name yet, but if we come up with another name later, we may change it. But for right now, it's Factor Cap. So pretty much, we're gonna say hot takes. And then we're just going to say if we agree with it, we say fact. And then if we disagree, we say cap.
And just to be clear, this is all a matter of opinion. So my opinion may not go with yours and vice versa.
Well, and if I say fact, that doesn't mean it's 100% true like this in real life.
Etched in stone type stuff. This is just what we think.
So that's how it's going to go. So if we agree, say fact. If we disagree, we say cap. And then we'll go into why and we'll debate on some things. But my first question, let's get the ball rolling, just because that segues into one of my questions. The MCU. Okay, you ready?
Let me get my.
So we'll just do like 3, 2, 1, and then we'll both just say what we think, right?
Okay. So I'm just gonna say this because I think the original plan was to do wrestling.
Yeah.
Once.
A lot of yours are wrestling?
All mine are wrestling.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I do have one wrestling in there, but I wanted to switch it. I wanted to have a multitude of things. 2 of my questions.
I can make up something on the fly, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I wanted it to be about anything. So 2 of my questions are about Across the Spider-Verse because I watched it. It was on Netflix. So 2 of my questions are because of that. But my first question, the MCU is in shambles. 3, 2, 1. Cap. Yeah, I agree.
So just real quick on it. It's just a small hiccup. Dude. It's going to build up. I honestly feel like this is just, it was supposed to be this way. You go from, just slowly starting to build a good burn. You get lit with it. They build this whole MCU universe after what? How many years now?
It's been like 12, right?
Okay, so
it took 10 years to get to Endgame.
Infinity War or Endgame?
10 or 11 to get to
Nonetheless, it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's still fine. They're not losing money. I mean, I guess maybe they are, but at the same time, they're fine. Right. Disney is fine. The MCU is fine. All these articles saying that, reboot. I get the whole point of it. Soups put out a good theory about it. If they reboot after Secret Wars, that's when we'll get our new cast for X-Men, our new cast for, all the new Avengers and everything like that. And then that will be the fully fledged Marvel universe. Cool. But not right now.
Yeah. The way I look at it is, I think it's stupid. How many times in life, whether it's sports, whether it's whatever people watch, right? We see dynasties of things, right? They go up, they come down a little bit, then they go up, then they come down a little, they may come down a little further, then they go up. That's just the way of life. Like, yeah. We got all the way up to Infinity War and Endgame. I mean, how far up are we going? Like, to take a few hiccups, and I wouldn't even say they're like hiccups. Like, none of the movies that the MCU came out with, I would say, are awful. Like, I'm not giving them 0 out of 10s. Like, I think a lot of them. Yeah. I think a lot of them are better than some of the DCU movies.
We went to every single one of them.
So to say that like it's in shambles, I mean, I get some of this news that's coming out, like it's concerning, but I wouldn't say that it's in shambles. Like, you still have good things coming out. Deadpool is super high on the list of things coming out.
It's so high on my anticipation list.
And I think it's gonna hit. I think it's gonna hit hard. And so, I mean, we have so much possibilities now, especially with the new Spider-Mans. Not the new Spider-Mans, but they brought Tobey and Andrew back. We have the X-Men. Like, we still have so many things that we have to get into. And it's like, to say that it's in shambles, I don't agree. Like, we have,
I hear you.
Like, it may take a little time, and we may have some movies that are hit or miss in between there. And we have had some movies that are hit or miss. But for me, I haven't seen a lot of the Phase 1 movies, like the Thor. And those, to me, everything I've heard, they're not that good. Like,
oh, dude, Iron Man 1 is so good.
I've seen
still
Iron Man
love
1.
that
I've seen Iron Man 1.
Still love that
I haven't seen Iron Man 2 or 3. And I haven't seen the first two.
Hey, you're not
Thors.
missing much on 3. People like 3, but I mean,
Yeah. And I plan on going to watch them, but it's like we just keep getting further and further away. And
so you're just like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I just haven't gone to watch them.
Are you going to watch Captain Marvel?
No. I'll watch the
to
Marvels, but I'm not watching Captain
I knew
Marvel.
the answer.
But like it's like those movies, some people are hit or miss on them, you know, and it's like to say that it's in shambles, I just don't agree. Like I get it, we worked our way up to Endgame and Infinity War and it was perfection. But I mean to say that we can keep going like that, I mean I don't know. I think the Disney shows have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Secret Invasion wasn't that good, but I think most of the shows have been good.
How many episodes left do we have for Loki? 2 more?
Yeah, and Loki's been good so far.
Loki we got tonight.
This past episode was so good. What was that? Episode 4?
Yeah.
Because there's 6 total, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
I don't want to
keep. I don't want to keep ranting on it, but it's like I just don't agree. I keep seeing it on social media, and I just keep thinking like, so the MCU is in shambles. What does that make DC, bro? Like if
they're rebuilding now. So
if you're considering the MCU is in shambles, like then DC is like just it's. I don't know what to call it because like the DCU, EU or DC whatever has been in shambles. That has been in shambles. I wouldn't say Marvel's in shambles. So
I hate saying that too.
Yeah, and we're big DC fans. So yeah, I'm glad we agree on that one. So you want to go next?
Is your next one still on superhero stuff?
If
it is, then
I
go
have
for it.
5, but yeah, I mean, so 4 of them are superhero stuff. So we can rotate, or we can just make the end all wrestling. It's up to you.
Yeah, go for it. Let's do superheroes.
Next one. Across the Spider-Verse, which was the most recent Spider-Man movie, is the best Spider-Man story out of all the Spider-Man movies. Tell me when you're ready. So out of all the movies that we've seen so far, it is the best story.
Okay, let's go for it.
3, 2, 1.
Fact.
Everyone's gonna think we freaking planned this shit. Okay, so you want to go first?
Okay, so
it's not. So the question is not which movie do you enjoy the best?
No. Is it the best Spider-Man
Yes.
story we've had so far?
Right.
Just the whole purpose of who Miles is, and then him becoming his own, him finally just understanding who he is as Spider-Man, and then to have Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, come out and say, you were never supposed to be it. And basically just saying, why the hell would you be Spider-Man? Who are you? Mm-hmm. And at the end, just to basically let him know, I'm Spider-Man. I did this. I got all of y'all out of y'all's little spider hangout. I mean, it was just great.
The movie was great.
I need to rewatch on Netflix.
Yeah, I rewatched it because it came out on Netflix on Tuesday. I rewatched it. The story overall, bro, is just so good. If you would have asked me when I saw the first one if I thought the second one would be this good, I would have said no. But the story is so good. You're right. Seeing Miles come into his own and be Spider-Man. The story with Gwen, I think is so good. Miguel O'Hara is good. Seeing all those Spider-Mans, so badass.
So fun.
And then at the end, I just go back to when I was in theaters. The intensity that you felt when Miles is in a different universe. And then you see that it's a different spider that bit him. And then all the stuff from the first movie and this movie just clicks in your head and it comes together as why he's Spider-Man and how the Miles from the other universe is not Spider-Man. And now that universe is left with no Spider-Man. And then that Miles is Prowler now. Like, I just think the story was amazing. And I guess second would be No Way Home.
I honestly want to say No Way Home. Yeah, I was playing in my head, and I want to try to take the whole taking Toby and Andrew coming back, but just almost the loss Tom Holland Spider-Man had to go through, and it was just like, gosh. That's
an amazing story. But
yeah.
I think Across the Spider-Verse is a better story. And we talked about this before. My biggest takeaway or my biggest dislike from No Way Home was the whole Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
I just thought that was dumb. If they would have made that a better reason, then I think it would hold up higher. And I still love that movie, but I'm just saying I think Across the Spider-Verse is a better story.
Going back to it, yeah, literally, it's the spell broke because you can't concentrate while Peter talks.
Yeah, like I just think I don't know. I just think, bro, you're the most powerful wizard, and really, like that's why. But okay, I think everyone's gonna think we freaking playing this shit.
I had to really think about that.
So, number 2, or this is my third question actually.
Okay.
The Spot is going to be the best movie Spider-Man villain when it's all said and done, like after this third movie. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Cap.
Fact. So I know it seems I'm dick riding across the Spider-Verse movie, but I just want to say, I think we both agree that Norman Osborn, like William Dafoe's take on him, is our best. That's
where I'm
our
at.
best villain.
That's where I'm at with it.
So I don't think the Spot is close to him right now, but I think the amount of impact that he could have in the third movie could put him there.
So that's where I'm thinking is we just haven't seen it yet. Like, yeah, by the end of it, you're just thinking, oh my gosh, what else is this guy going to do? But we're not there yet. So until it's all said and done, Cap.
Yeah.
But
well, so the question is going to be the best. So it's like, are you taking the game? Like, are you banking on the first 2 Spider-Verse movies have been really good? This third movie, I'm giving them full faith, and I think that's kind of where I'm coming from. So I think that just the impact that he has as far as like on other Spider-Mans, on Miles himself, on Miles' dad, I think is going to be tremendous. Like, and so I think they're going to do him really good. It's hard for me to put him as the best because you know how I feel about animated versus live action.
We discussed this.
Yeah, but I think that overall these 3 movies are going to be so good that it will put him in the discussion to be the best villain. But I know that it'll be hard because we love William Dafoe.
Yeah.
You ready for number 4? Or number 5? This
4.
Number 4, yeah. Civil War. Captain America: Civil War is better than all the DCEU movies. Every single one that's come out. So let's try to name them all. So that's Superman.
So we got Man of Steel, BVS, Wonder Woman, both Suicide Squads.
There's 2 Wonder Womans in there too.
2 Wonder Womans.
Aquaman. Suicide Squad. Did you say that already?
Screw the Justice League. We're not talking about that. We're talking Snyder Cut.
Okay, so yeah, throw Snyder Cut in there.
Birds of Prey. Whatever.
Would you consider The Flash as?
Yeah, it's still DCU.
Okay, so The Flash is in there. So Captain America: Civil War is better than all DCEU movies. Tell me when you're ready.
Damn. All right, go.
3, 2. Honestly, wait. I just want to say some of these I'm thinking as I'm counting down. I'm thinking my answer.
So am I.
So because like I wrote these down, but I tried not to think too much of them because I wanted to talk about them on here. So okay, Civil War is better than all the DCEU movies. 3, 2.
Wait. Hold on. Okay. So does it have to be better than all, or does it?
So
or
like, there's not a single movie in the DCEU that is better than Captain America: Civil War.
All right, go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Cap, boy.
So okay, go first.
Boy, nah, look, man. I'm gonna say up front, I'm biased. I love the DCEU. I've watched all the movies in theaters. I'm not gonna say I loved everything they put out. I've liked everything they put out, and I have loved everything they put out. We saw Civil War in theaters. I think I saw it twice. The movie is fantastic. That box office was incredible. DC can't touch the box office when it comes to Civil War. But look, man, I got to be honest with myself. The Snyder Cut was everything. That I did not think would ever happen. The fans bugged, complained, and fought for that movie. And Zack Snyder was finally able to make his trilogy. He got the Snyder Cut out. And by the end of it, it was just like, even people that hated the DC universe, they watched it and they go, wow, that was good. That was so good. Everything, all the possibilities we could have had with that movie, it's so many endless possibilities. So just for that, I'm going to say Cat.
Okay, so you're saying the Snyderverse is better than
the Snyder Cut's better than
Snyder Cut. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now, what about Man of Steel?
See, and that's where it's hard because
So
I
that's
love
why-
Man
that's
of Steel.
why it's hard for
I
me.
love Man of Steel so much, and
That's why it's hard for me.
I was thinking because you know me, bro, and it's a very unpopular opinion. It's like Man of Steel, BVS, Snyder Cut. Those three right there, the trilogy are the goats of the DC universe to me. That's just to me. But
I would say the hardest one for me to debate with that one on is Man of Steel. The Snyder Cut was really good, but I don't think I was attached to it like everybody else was. Like I just wasn't emotionally invested like everybody else. I didn't put the time in to tweet and to do all these things.
oh look,
like,
bro, I wasn't with no cult
and
follower
I know
like
you
that.
weren't. I know you weren't
Golly.
either. But like,
I throw me a little
loved,
tweet.
But like, you loved Batman vs Superman.
I adore
You
that movie.
like you. I think you were more emotionally invested in it. Like I'm a DC guy too over Marvel, but I wasn't as emotionally invested into it. Like I knew, okay, this isn't gonna be Marvel. Like it's just you could tell that right off the first few movies. Like, so for me, the hardest one to debate on is Man of Steel, but I'm gonna go fact, just because when I think about Civil War, I love Civil War. I think it's better than the first two Avenger movies.
Oh, so do I.
I think it's better than the first Avengers. I think it's better than Age of Ultron.
Is it better than Endgame?
No, just because the impact of Endgame.
Okay,
like,
just making sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's better than Endgame. I wouldn't say it's better than Infinity War either, but it's
No,
right
never.
up there, bro.
Yeah?
Like I think it's the best Captain America movie. I think it's better than all the Thor movies. I think it's better than all the than Iron Man movies. I think it's
top 5 MCU.
I think it's better than the first two Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
I don't know about No Way Home, just because
I
like
don't think
said,
it's better than No Way Home.
But like it is. I think I hold it so high up there.
Same. It's top 5.
Yeah. So when I think about Man of Steel and then I think of Civil War, I just think, I don't know, bro. They both hold up really well to me, but like I think Civil War just has more moments in the movie where it's just better. Like and that's hard for me to say because I love Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Man of Steel is my favorite DC movie.
Yeah.
I liked Wonder Woman too, but not Wonder Woman 2.
I'm about to say, wait,
Wonder Woman 2 sucks.
Clarify
I'm
that.
saying Wonder Woman
Yeah,
also.
okay.
The first Wonder Woman is good. I liked Aquaman. The first we haven't seen the second one yet, but the first Aquaman was really good. But other than that, I mean, we haven't really. The Flash was whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go fact. I think Civil War is better than every single DCU movie.
See, and this isn't saying that I dislike Civil War.
Right,
I
right.
love that movie. I own the steelbook of it.
Yeah.
I adore that movie so much. We got Spider-Man.
Yeah,
We got Spider-Man. We got Panther. We got Black Panther. We got our king in
that's
that
what
movie.
I'm saying. It's just too much stuff in that movie.
I understand everything, the impact that movie made. But I'm biased and I'm going to say Snyder Cut. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I feel like I was more emotionally invested into the Snyder Cut.
No, and you're
or
right.
to-
I never thought about
I
it
would
as far as like
say-
being emotionally invested.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would say those, but yeah, dude. I mean, like you said, we got Spider-Man, Black Panther. Those were our first introductions of them in the
they were
MCU.
amazing.
They were amazing. That plants the seeds for Endgame and Infinity War. You get to see, bro, the fight at the end with Captain America and Bucky, and Iron Man.
It's so intense.
So intense.
So intense. You felt every punch once again, and it. You were just holding your breath with that one.
Yeah.
It was. I remember the feeling in theaters, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" And at the same time, being giddy. Love that movie.
Who was right, Tony or Cap?
Mm,
I say Cap.
yeah.
I would go Cap. Okay, so
Cap had Spider-Man on the side, so.
no, Tony had Spider-Man.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad. Cap
Tony
had
a
Cap
way.
had Panther.
Yeah, Tony had Tony had a way better side, bro. Panther was on Tony's side.
Oh,
and
never
Spider-Man
mind. You're
was on
right.
Tony's
Gosh,
side.
I'm tripping.
Cap had Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, which she wasn't Scarlet Witch at the time.
She was Wanda.
Ant-Man, Hawkeye or not Hawkeye? Sorry, Falcon, Falcon, and Bucky.
Yeah.
Like his squad compared to Tony's was not, as far as A+ names go, was not on the level, but they did a very good job. Okay, my last question, number 5. This is a WWE one, so I guess the rest of the episode is going to be WWE related.
Cool.
Dominic Mysterio, when it's all said and done, is going to have a better career than Rey Mysterio.
Ooh.
So I know a lot of these are just like you're taking bets on like how it's going to play out, but
Okay, go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
Cap.
Fact.
Really? Okay.
I think Dominic Mysterio, I mean, say what you want. I mean, he got in there because of his dad, whatever. Now that he is a heel, he's probably up there for the top heels in WWE.
I agree.
And he's only 25, 26. I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, he's our age, yeah.
I think he's in a prime position, bro, for WWE to just push him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it falls off later. I don't know. But I think right now, I just think he has so much upside. He has so much upside, and whether you keep him a villain forever or however you do it, I don't know. But I think he's gonna have a. I guess it depends what you define better career. I don't know if he'll have more titles or I don't know, but I just think he's. I don't know. It's hard to say. Now that I'm talking to myself, it's hard to say because Rey Mysterio is like.
So what I was going to say is, I told you before, him leaving Rey, the best decision WWE ever made.
I agree.
The best decision. Him being like introduced in WWE, I loved it because I'm like, oh, bro, him and his dad finally teaming up. That's so cool. After like the second or third match, I was so over it.
Yeah.
I was so over it. And then the whole talks of, what if he turns on his dad? What if he turns on his dad? He finally turned on his dad. He's with Judgment Day. He is up there, dude. He can't even get a word in without being booed out the building.
Yeah, I know.
And it's fantastic. Yeah. I love
What's
Dominic
the last
Mysterio.
heel that was that level?
Logan Paul. I don't know.
Like not even. Like I don't even. Maybe Logan when he first got there, but
I
even
guess,
now,
but I don't know.
So that's why
know.
I just think right now, as long as WWE doesn't fuck it up and he stays healthy and I just think I don't understand.
Sky's the limit,
bro. Like I haven't seen a heel get this type of reaction, bro,
in a while.
And
so what I was saying is that I just look at Rey's legacy, dude. It's just hard. It's just hard not to go. It's hard to go against that.
Yeah.
I told you we were. I texted you a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, whatever. Rey popped up on SmackDown and we were discussing it, and I was just watching him in his entrance, and I just thought, Rey's getting older. Like this, like we've been watching him since we were kids, dude.
Mm-hmm. He's already 50.
Yeah, and I was thinking, this is freaking Rey Mysterio still going fast and strong. Like it's going to come to an end one day, and we're going to obviously be here to see it, and it's going to suck. Right. But I just thought the legacy this guy will leave behind.
Yeah. No, and don't, me saying that doesn't I'm not trying to undermine any. Rey Mysterio is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
He's a legend. He's done so much. I've been watching Rey Mysterio since he showed up in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm not undermining it at all. I'm just saying, Rey Mysterio, he's only ever been a face. He's always like been cheered, but I've never considered him like top babyface at all. Like he's a big babyface.
Really, you never considered a top babyface?
Well, I mean,
the whole underdog story they did with him.
So
with,
even
was that WrestleMania?
So I watched that match back. A lot of people were just like, whatever. Like it was cool because he won because Eddie died. But like after that, I mean, everyone was just whatever about it. Like and so like I'm not trying to undermine it at all. I'm just saying I think Dom has the potential for sure to pass Rey as far whether you want to say whether it's titles or whether you want to say it's Impact or I don't know what you want to say, but I just think as long as WWE doesn't fuck it up, right now he has the most. Bro, he can't even get a word out. Triple H, some of the biggest heels that I think of, like Triple H, JBL, like when we were younger, I don't remember them ever being that to where they couldn't even get a word out, bro. This dude has to literally just yell now.
Yeah.
Like he has to just yell and you still can't hear him. So like I just think as long as WWE doesn't fuck it up. Now, my biggest concern would be what they do with him when Judgment Day ends. Like cuz eventually it's going to end. So what do you do with him?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So like really that would just tell. I'm taking
a gamble.
Thing.
They're going to have to build him up so much to where he's able to run his own stuff right now.
Yeah.
He's not there yet though.
No, he's not.
But that's fine.
He's not.
He'll get there.
Right. And I wouldn't say so. I would say that he still doesn't have the mic skills like fully. But Rey didn't have good, like, he didn't have tremendous mic
I'm not going to sit
either.
here and say I can remember every Rey promo. I can't.
He's never been one to, like, everyone just loves his promos or anything like that. His story has always been he's the little guy going up against the big guy.
The underdog, dude.
Yeah, that's always been his story. So
and it works.
So I think if Dom, he's under Finn's wing. He's with Rhea. Like, he's just set up, I think, perfectly to just be better than his dad. And we've seen a lot in WWE that a lot of times their sons are better than their dads were, so I'm taking a gamble, I know, but I'm going fact. You want to go?
Yeah. Or did you have another one?
No, those were all 5 of mine.
All right. So all 5 of mine are wrestling related. I already know my answer for all these, obviously. Okay. WWE should have waited to break the streak until it was Roman's turn.
Okay, go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Fact.
Okay, go ahead.
So I say fact, but I wouldn't even necessarily say it has to be Roman. Like, I would have been okay with Bray.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with
That would have
Bray.
been a good one, too.
I just would have been
That would
okay
have been
with,
a very good push.
I would have
with
been
him,
okay with somebody who needed it more.
So I remember, you know me, dude. I love The Undertaker. Watch The Last Ride, the documentary they did for him, honestly, like probably 4 times.
That's crazy. I've only seen it the one time.
I've probably watched it 4 times. And they discuss it in there. They talk about how he didn't know he was losing until that night at WrestleMania 30. And Vince pulled him aside and said, Brock's winning. And he let him know, look, if not Brock, then who? Who's going to do it? And at the time, anyone that could have done it, Undertaker's already faced them. They've already lost. So it made sense. But personally, I don't think I still don't think he needed it. I mean, I know Brock went on and later, and even Paul Heyman talked about in interviews that it was big for him. He broke the streak, and then he took out Super Cena, and that's what started Suplex City and everything like that. So I understand it. I get it. But where Roman is now, I just think, in my head, I always play imagine if Roman was a tribal chief when he first faced The Undertaker. Those promos would have been so fun to where it's just like, he would have looked at Taker and been like, you should thank me for taking this match. This is beneath me. And then he would win. I would respect it a lot more. But I didn't think Brock needed it.
So where I rebuttal about that is, the thing is, Roman wasn't a tribal chief at that time.
Yeah, I know.
So
he was still the big dog.
He was still the big dog, and I do think he would have got booed the shit out of if he won. I don't think anybody people, I think it's easy for people to say that he should have won now just because everybody loves Roman, but at the time, I don't think people would have been happy that he won. I honestly at that time was whatever about Roman, so I would have
same.
I would have been like, okay,
when he won, I just thought to myself, they're still pushing you.
Like, honestly, I think if he would have won, I would have been like, bro, they're trying so hard to make you John Cena.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been, I think that would have been my first thought. So I do think somebody needed it more. Somebody that needed it more should have won, but I could argue that it shouldn't have been Roman either. You know, like,
the next thing I wrote down. So I thought about the same thing. That if it wasn't Roman, should have been Cena, but it would have been. Personally, I've always liked the idea of Taker at least getting 20-0, and then after that losing, obviously like he did. So right after,
when Brock beat him, he was 21.
21, I think. He got to 20-0 when he did the Hell in the Cell with Triple H and Shawn Michaels as special guest. To me, that was the perfect ending. He could have walked away, and I would have honestly been more than happy.
20-0 would have been perfect.
It would have been perfect, and them 3 going out like that, it was beautiful. But if the following year he would have fought Cena and lost, I would have thought, okay, that's fine.
You're saying you would have been okay with it?
I would have been okay with Cena taking it.
So when he fought Brock, I'm trying hard to remember. How far after did he fight Roman? Was that the next Mania?
No.
Or was that the
next Mania
after?
he fought Bray?
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
So I would have been okay
let me look it up.
I would have been okay if he beat Brock there and then lost to Bray at the next Mania. I think Bray could have used that a lot more. But yeah, I'm curious to see how far after he fought Roman.
Let's see. Come on. Why are you going slow on me? I wish I was really good at remembering the
Well, it's just, bro, they all kind of blend in.
Yeah. Okay, so he fought Brock. He became I lie. He fought Triple H, became 20-0, became 21-0 against CM Punk. Brock 21-1, fought Bray, Shane, and then Roman.
So Roman was 3
1, 2, 3. Yeah, he was 3, and then after that was Cena.
Okay.
And then with Cena, he became 24-2.
Okay, so I'll say this: if they would have done the Roman fight, they would have had to done it way sooner than they did because that match sucked.
Oh, I completely agree. By that point, it was even Taker said it wasn't his match.
Yeah,
they
would have had to do it right after the Brock one.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So yes, if Brock would have, if he would have lost or if he would have won against Brock and then instantly gone straight to Bray, I would have been fine with that. And losing against Bray, that's a good push. If he would have fought Cena right after that, it would have been a very good push as well. He could have fought Roman or whatever, and I guess it still would have been a good push. But at that point, yeah, people would have been pissed.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who at that time could have done it. But I guess, because
Randy was there. Guess what? He already fought Randy.
Yeah.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels are there. He already fought them. Edge, he already fought. Oh,
Well,
no, Edge wasn't there. I like.
You also got to think those people they probably are the type that they wouldn't even do it. Like they would say no.
They respect it too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I guess at that time it was either Brock or nobody. But like I blame Vince on that one. Vince, was calling Undertaker each WrestleMania probably and saying, "Hey, we need you," and Undertaker doing it because he's loyal. But Vince should have stopped it at 21-0, or he should have stopped it after he lost to Brock, in my opinion. But he didn't. So, but yeah, I guess I would say that somebody who needed it more should have won. But like I said, I think people would have been pissed about Roman.
And then instantly turned him into a straight heel after that.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but then think about.
But the build up to his whole tribal chief thing was perfect.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, think about if he beats Undertaker, we may not even get tribal chief. Mm-hmm. And I think Tribal Chief right now is the best.
It's perfect.
It's the best character on TV. So,
yeah. The next one, The Rock and Cena had the best build up to their first match at WrestleMania.
Compared to what?
Huh?
Best build up,
best build up to a WrestleMania match.
Compared, out of all WrestleMania matches.
All WrestleMania matches.
Oh, okay,
it's a lot. It's a lot. But
okay, I'm ready. I guess. I'm trying to think.
You want to take a little bit more?
No. Let's just go.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Cap. I say Cap. I just think there's been so many legendary matches in WWE. A lot of personal ones too. Mm. So you said build up. You didn't say match, right?
Built up.
So I think, just off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of ones that come to my mind. Randy Orton and Triple H had a good build up to WrestleMania 25.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
I thought, I'm trying to they all blend in. I thought, yeah, I mean, it was a good build up. I don't know if I could say it was the best.
Okay,
one.
so the reason why I remember it was crazy. So The Rock was the host of WrestleMania. What was that, 27?
Yeah,
right? Remember, was it 27? Yeah, he cost Cena a thing.
I guess
a year-long build-up. They do the whole promo, The Rock and Cena, the greatest of all time, once in a lifetime. What do you say? Next WrestleMania. A year-long build-up. And they would do their own things. Obviously, The Rock would do his movies. Cena would do his regular rivalries and matches. But then they'd come back every once in a while to talk about it more. Mm-hmm. And then when it got closer and closer, dude, I remember seeing it Access Hollywood, Entertainment, and all this stuff. They're asking celebrities, The Rock and John Cena, who do you have? They're like, they're fighting? What? I'm going to go. I'm going to tune in. Because at this point, The Rock is Dwayne Johnson. He's Hollywood at this point. Him coming back home to wrestling was big. It was one of those it was just must see.
So you're saying the first match?
The first one.
I could argue the second one has a better build-up.
Really?
So, I mean, Cena lost the first one.
Yeah.
Took a whole year of getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Fighting his way back to The Rock. The Rock's loss, his loss to The Rock, what held on him the whole year. Mm-hmm. Seeing Cena in that sense, I've always liked John Cena.
Oh, same.
Everyone's booed him, especially when he was Super Cena. I get it; it was tiring, but I've always been a fan of John Cena. I wanted him to beat The Rock.
The first time,
and the second time, I was almost along for the ride with Cena, thinking bro, you got to get this done. And I know WWE is scripted or whatever, but it was I was like, bro, you have got to get this done, John. You have been getting your ass whooped the whole time. and in my mind, I knew that they were gonna let him win. I knew, but I would argue that has a better story. That promo definitely was better, in my opinion. The promo for the second match compared to the first one, I think is better.
It was intense.
I think we should do a segment someday, where we just react to promos. Because, bro, I have so many WWE promos that I just love. I love John Cena and Bray Wyatt. That's a more recent one.
Yeah, that was
there's at WrestleMania. There's a lot of The Rock and Stone Colds at WrestleMania 19. I love that one.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking when I say promos, or when you say promos, I'm thinking of.
Oh, you're thinking of people talking.
I'm thinking of cutting a promo in the ring.
Yeah, and I'm talking about
so when you said
the match.
Okay, when you're saying his promo against The Rock, I was thinking, him saying him in the ring going, I have to get this done. And I was like, bro, I guess at this point you need this.
No, I'm talking about the promos before the match, with the music and the whole the editing, and I'm talking about those. I love watching promos.
Those are great.
Would you call them promos? I mean, they're called promos.
I have the name in my head. I just can't do it. I think they're promos. Yeah.
When I would look them up on YouTube, I would type the WrestleMania promo, and then it would bring up so. But yeah, I could argue that the second match is better. I don't know. I say Cap. I just think out of all the WrestleMania matches, I don't know about. I'd have to look at all of
The
them.
biggest thing is that that's the one that always sticks in my head, so that's
Okay.
why I had to write it down. And I just thought, screw it, I'm gonna put it. I already know your answer for this one, but I just want it out there. The women's roster now is way better than the women's roster 15 plus years ago.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And I had to put 15 because I had to really, because some of the roster now is, they've been here for a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Fact.
All right.
So I will say though, the women now have way more opportunity than the women before.
Yes, and yeah, I completely agree.
So
they are
with
giving
NXT,
a lot
with
more.
NXT, now they don't look at them as sex symbols. Like they just literally, they really focus on.
We don't have bra and panties matches
Yeah.
anymore.
They
We
really
don't have the pillow
focus-
fight matches anymore.
They really focus on getting their wrestling skills up. But yes, I mean, so when I think about when I grew up watching wrestling, which was mainly the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah.
The main females that I think of that actually wrestled were Trish Stratus, Lita, Victoria. I remember Victoria. Molly Holly actually wrestled because she wasn't like a pretty face. Like, she wasn't one of those that did bra and panties matches or stuff. I'm trying to think of the ones that didn't do bra and panties matches.
God, why am I blanking on her name?
Like Tori kind of wrestled, but she was mainly just a bikini and bra.
No, yeah, that's how I remember her.
Yeah, same. Stacy, same.
Yep. Candace, same.
Sable, same. Yeah, you're right. Candace had a little run where she was a champion, but she was never like Mickey James. Mickey James wasn't there that long though, but she wrestled. She wrestled.
She was a
good.
wrestler. Yeah.
But
she was there after that whole. They didn't do bra and panty matches after that point.
But now they've literally had the whole where they push women to be the main event and stuff, and they've done a good job.
You've had the women's tag team now. You have you have 2 women's champions now, and so yes, you're 100% right on everything you just said. That they have a lot more opportunities and everything like that. But we've just discussed it, dude. There's some women's matches where I'm just more drawn than some of the guys. Yeah. And I'm more excited for those.
Well, they're more athletic now. And I think now little girls, once WWE went PG, I think it really, as much as we hated it, I think it opened the door for a lot of kids to become wrestlers. Like, a lot more parents were okay with their kids watching wrestling
and then growing up
to do that. And especially from a girl perspective. So I think just we have a lot more athletes that are wrestling now. Also, a lot of them were like played sports in college. So, I mean, I just think girls have more opportunity now, but I don't think it's even up to debate. I mean, I think if anyone debates that, they're just stuck back in the days the girls now are, your question was they're better wrestlers or the women's division is better now?
The women's division is basically better. Yeah. The women's roster now is better.
The amount of talent that it has compared to back then.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
All right. I know this one too. Our WrestleMania we went to. WrestleMania was at 37.
In Dallas.
Yep. Was the best one in the past 5 years.
Okay.
I put 10 at first, but then I thought, that's a lot of WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, bro, because, you know how I am, dude. My memory's bad. So, like, a lot of them blend in. So, but yes, go ahead.
1, 2, 3. Fact.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm biased because, first off, we went. Second, you brought it up when we discussed it. Just the amount of stuff that happened. Taker went to the Hall of Fame. The stuff non-wrestling. Taker went to the Hall of Fame. Stone Cold returned.
He had a match. Not even a return.
He had a match. Triple H retired. We saw Vince have a match. We saw Vince McMahon show up at WrestleMania, which is cool alone. But he had a match. Pat McAfee was there.
Stephanie even came out.
They had Johnny Knoxville, even though, he's not like huge with it, but it's still like. And then the matches alone, they had
Cody Rhodes.
They had the return of Cody Rhodes coming home to WWE. I wish we can explain to you how iconic that was.
I'll say that WrestleMania was my first and only WWE event that I've ever been to. The 2 days, the 2 nights. And I can't imagine going to a Raw or SmackDown now. That it was just so good. We, like you said, I don't even have to say all the names that you said. We literally got to see all the people that we grew up watching. whether they fought in a match or not, like we got to see them show up at least.
Randy was there too.
Edge had a match. Edge, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Cody, we got to see Cody Rhodes show up. The pop, dude. The pop in the arena. Like when I watch videos back, it's crazy. Like it's loud, but I just feel like it doesn't do it justice.
It does not do it justice.
It doesn't do it justice, dude. Like, and when Undertaker showed up, and
his gong, and when they're doing the whole Hall of Fame walkouts, I was just giddy because I knew he was coming at the end. But then,
I know it's a bit of biasness, but genuinely, I do feel like, especially this past WrestleMania, our WrestleMania was better. The Los Angeles one, I think it was better.
And we had Brock and Roman.
Yeah. Which it didn't end as good as we hoped, but
I think it's also because Roman got injured.
Yeah.
They didn't really discuss it too much, but he dislocated his shoulder and they had to end it.
Yeah.
And when you go back, you can see if you go back and watch the match, you can kind of see when Roman tells Brock, like,
or he tells Paul, right?
I think he tells Paul or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He tells Paul, and then Paul kind of like lets him know, like, all right, we got to wrap this up.
We saw Logan Paul.
Paul was there too. Dude, like we were talking about people that we grew up with. Rey Mysterio was there.
Yeah.
Randy Orton was there. Edge was there. We saw so many greats in one WrestleMania.
Yep, I agree.
So like I said, it's all biased, but at the same time, I just want to point that out.
Okay. So this is your third or fourth question?
This one
Fourth.
is my fifth. This is my last one I'm about to say.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Once again, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to know your answer. But I just want people to know what we think. If Roman was in the 80s and 90s era of wrestling, he'd be bigger than Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. As the tribal chief.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard because the stuff they could do now, they weren't doing then.
Okay.
But let's just hypothetical.
Okay.
He'd be better.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Fact. Okay.
So I'll try to play a little devil's advocate here because if he was tribal chief back then, I don't think he'd be booked the same. Just because wrestling back then was different.
No, yeah.
But I think even now Hulk Hogan or Roman Reigns tribal chief is way better than anything Hulk Hogan has ever done. Now, call me. I mean, maybe I'm just a young stupid kid that didn't grow up in Hulk Hogan's era. But the dude only has 3 moves, like
the big boot, the leg drop, and the
fucking thing. The dude only has 3 moves, bro. For me to say that, I don't even want to get into the GOAT discussion, but Hulk Hogan, yes, Roman Reigns in that era, if he was booked the same, it's not even close.
Okay, I agree with that.
But I don't think he'd be booked the same though.
No, you're right. And like I said, that's why it's one of those like let's just use some imagination, shall we? And what about for Rick?
What?
Because I put Rick and Hogan.
So if Roman was in Rick's era?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
80s and 90s.
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, Ric Flair too, bro. I mean, he was big, but he wasn't really big in WWE. Like
it was all the WCW.
It
stuff
was all
too.
like the Indies or whatever, and then WCW. By the time he got to WWE, he was already like on the outskirts of being anything great. The fact that they put him with Triple H did it for him. Like he was a GM, and no one cared about him. He had his thing with Vince. No one really cared. But the fact that they put him with
Evolution,
Triple H carried him for the last part of his career. So, I'm not hating on Rick; he's a legend. But Roman, me, bro. You know how we feel about the old people, dude. Roman is better than Bret Hart. He's better than Hulk Hogan. He's better than Ric Flair. I just don't even see how it's close.
So, like I said, I knew your answer.
Yeah.
But when I say I just want people to know, because guess what? Talk to us about it. Let's see what happens.
I know that we may have somebody that's older and say,
no
way, like, da-da-da.
And you said
it's not even close.
No, you said it, though. We were not in that generation. We didn't know the impact that those superstars had. So it's very easy for us to say that. But, however, you're right. Looking back, Hogan had just a handful of moves. There was nothing.
Even when he came back. When we watched him.
When I watch Rick, I just think, okay, you're going to sell everything that happens to you. You're great. You can cut a promo so well. You're hilarious. Cool. But guess what? If you had the title when Romo was still there, Romo would taking that
Not
shit
only
so
that,
fast from
dude,
you, dude.
when I see him put people in the figure 4, I just think, bro, shut the fuck up. That doesn't hurt, bro. Like sometimes I think, bro, make it more like that does not hurt. I used to put my siblings in there, and it just doesn't. It doesn't.
So you're saying that Charlotte, when Charlotte does it, doesn't hurt?
Charlotte makes it look more cool though.
Okay.
Like Rick. That's all he would do, bro, and everybody's screaming. But like, all he has is his knee across, like.
At least Charlotte does a figure 8.
Yeah, Charlotte like bends and stuff. Like it makes it look more cool, at least. Like,
and Hulk Hogan just has the leg drop.
yeah, Hulk Hogan. So the best one out of all those that I named was Bret Hart, 100%.
Yeah.
Technically, but the dude had no mic skills at all.
No,
He had
was
no
boring.
charisma at
Boring.
all. So boring.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I get it. I wasn't even alive at that time. But geez,
No, like
it's
I said,
not even.
we've
close,
discussed this before. As far as it's just because we weren't there. But at the same time, I had to ask.
Bro. Yeah. Are you excited about Crown Jewel? Same.
Like, yeah, it's by the time this episode comes out, it would have already came and gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm obviously going to watch it. I'm excited to watch WWE pay-per-view, like an event. Yeah, but it's whatever.
You know what we have tonight? Gen V finale.
We have Gen V finale. We have Invincible coming back, and we have Loki.
Yeah,
It's a good night.
I know. So
Today's Thursday, so
so
time of
maybe
this
next
recording is
week we
Thursday.
can break down Gen V.
We can break down everything.
That'll
be the
well,
whole-
Loki won't be done though. Loki
Well, we-
still has 2 more episodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can break down Gen V. We can talk about Invincible,
You think Invincible is gonna be better than the first season?
like this coming season.
Yeah, season 2. I say yes, 100%.
From what I remember from what happens next in the comics and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never watched them. We both never watched Invincible comics, but we watched a long YouTube video on just what happens
Yeah.
in it. So we kind of have an idea of what's
Dude, have
coming.
you ever seen that comic or like the series of it? It's huge.
Oh, really?
Dude. It's huge.
No, I haven't. But if you had to bet money, does Spider-Man show up? I'm saying yes.
I'd put $10 on it.
I'm saying yes. I think
I'd put
so.
$10. You're not going to get me put 50, but I'll put 10.
I think Spider-Man shows up. In
Yeah, there's a little too many Easter eggs, and
Yeah.
even the creator is all talking about it and
Yeah.
everything like that. So I could see it happening. Now, granted, is it going to like do some MCU like
Nah,
thing
no,
like
I don't
that?
think
No,
so.
I
It'll
think it's
just
gonna
be like
a
a-
fun little cameo.
Yeah, it'll just be
to-
like a different Spider-Man that is just a Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I could definitely see that. But how cool would that be?
It'd be awesome.
I'm excited, dude. I love Invincible. It's hard because it's almost like I wish Invincible and the boys and Gen V tied more into like the DC universe and Marvel, but they're completely separate.
And it's fine.
Yeah, and it's fine. But it's like we know more about DC and Marvel, and so it's like I feel like it's harder to talk about that stuff. Like Gen V and the boys and stuff. But those are so good. Those are the best.
Yeah.
Those are better than any Marvel shows that have been out. Any
Oh,
DC
yeah.
shows that have been out.
I completely agree with you.
So I'm excited.
I'm so excited for Invincible. I'm obviously excited for Gen V, the finale tonight and everything like that. But I'm ecstatic for Invincible.
Yeah. Okay. So off the top of your head, what do you think is gonna happen tonight? Or who? If someone wants to die in the Gen V finale, who do you think is gonna be? Because
Kate.
the episode will already be out
Kate,
by the time this comes out. Okay. I saw some people saying Andre.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I can see that too. Yeah.
I could see Kate staying alive just because she's. I feel like she's one of those characters that you don't like but stays alive for a long time.
Yeah.
So, but I could see Andre dying.
Do so.
We still have 2 minutes.
How happy or how shocked were you about the reveal on Gen V of Shetty or not Shetty? That
The counselor, the principal lady.
the political chick or whatever. She has the
Oh.
same powers as Marie.
So I was shocked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew that she could blow people's heads because we saw that in the boys.
Yeah.
But I didn't know she could control people. So that means Marie can do that.
Yeah.
So that means Marie just doesn't know how
She
yet.
doesn't know how yet.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because she tested her too. She said, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And then she put her powers to the test and she was like, I knew you could do it.
Yeah.
And I'm
do you
thinking
think they fight?
I think I don't know about this episode. I can see season 2 they fight or something like that.
Yeah. So I see her staying alive for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know because I saw that the boy. So this is gonna tie into the next season of the boys, and then I saw the next season of the boys at the end will tie into the next season of Gen B.
Can't wait.
So yeah,
Does
can't
Homelander
wait.
show up in this episode?
I think so.
I saw some behind the scene photos or whatever, and it looks like he's there. So if
Yeah.
that's the case, either they could have been for behind the scene photos resurfacing for the boys' new season, and he makes an appearance at the campus, or this is for the finale. I'll be excited.
Quick, one. I'm gonna end it here. Superman, Homelander, Omni-Man. Who wins?
Kind of question is that, dude? Superman.
I know.
Bro.
Okay, I just wanted to say it because I saw actually this guy that I went to high school with commented that he made a post on it, and I commented and I said it's not, people were actually saying that Omni-Man had a chance. It's not even close, bro. Superman wrecks both of them. I just want everyone.
They're
to know
all
that.
copies of one person.
I just want everyone to know that. So, but next week we'll have another episode out. I don't know what we're gonna talk about once again, but we will figure it out.
We're gonna talk about Invincible.
Yeah, we'll talk about Invincible.
But all right, guys, make sure you follow us on socials and like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Later.